there. So Manny Machado, who yesterday, when they score all these runs, is somehow hitless, right? Robbed of a base hit late. It would have been his 1,500th hit. But he's never phased. He's never phased. Hard hit single in a 2-run first inning. There's number 1,500. Walks multiple times in this game. Homers later in this game. Has just had an unbelievable start to his year. Is it the best statistical season in baseball right now? Maybe not. I don't even know. Is his 932 OPS the best in baseball? It's not. I know that. Is he leading the league in home runs? Of course he's not. He's hit 11 home runs. But here's what he's done that others have not done. He's played essentially every day. He plays Gold Glove caliber defense. He does it in the absence of arguably the best offensive player on his team in Fernando Tatis Jr. You could go back and forth between Machado and Tatis. I think we all have over parts of the last 4 years. So he's picking up slack, especially in the first 2 months of the season when this team was not hitting. So he's carried the load, all the cliches. He's put the team on his shoulders. He really has. And he's done it, and he hasn't skipped a beat, and he's done it without complaining. And you know he hasn't been 100% healthy all year. He had the tennis elbow thing. You know he's not. You just know he's not. He's approaching now 30 years of age. He's playing the best baseball of his career. And the reason I say that is because statistically, he's had comparable runs before 2020 second half, time with Baltimore. There have been some serious runs. Before he was traded to the Dodgers, he was having an amazing year. So he's played comparably before. But what I mean by that is I think this is the best baseball he's ever played for a team that's winning at this clip. You know, they had that short period of time, second half of 2020. That was not a long period of time. In fact, this season has already been longer than the entire 2020 season. So he's now doing this for a longer period of time than he did at any point in 2020 because the season was already over by this point in 2020. So I'm just impressed with what I've seen. I don't know if he's going to be able to do this all year. You know, his career OPS is around 880. He's 932 right now. Obviously, his career batting average isn't 322. I think it's 281, maybe 282 now. I looked earlier tonight. But he is, by all estimations, he is a first ballot Hall of Famer if he's able to finish off this career. Now, I can't predict the future. He's 29 years of age. I have no idea if he plays another 10 years healthy or doesn't. I mean, nobody can predict the future, so I can't do that. But he's one of very few players in the history of the sports, I think he's the 17th, to get to 1,500 hits and 250 or more home runs before their 30th birthday, and 15 of the first 16 are in the Hall of Fame. And the only that isn't is Andrew Jones. So that speaks for itself. Like, end of sentence. Now, will he be docked by voters? Potentially, because he's been polarizing for whatever reason and controversial for whatever reason. I think it's all BS, if I'm being honest. I really do. If I've watched every single game he's played as the Padres, the least controversial player I've ever seen. I mean, all he does is hit. What's controversial about that? He trends every night on Twitter, right? Positively or negatively. He'll trend every single night on Twitter. You're like, why? Because he hits? I mean, why? Because he wore a T-shirt? I mean, the Giants wear T-shirts every single night. The Giants do ridiculous things every single night. Manny Machado wears a T-shirt and he trends for 3 weeks. It makes no sense. You know, Manny Machado gets tossed. Who cares, right? I mean, Dave Roberts gets tossed. Gabe Kapler's been tossed. Players in the Dodgers and Giants get tossed. Why does Manny Machado trend? Because of that. So, again, he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. If he can just stay healthy. I don't care if he gets to 3,000 hits. He'll get close. I don't care if he gets to 500 home runs. He'll get close. I don't care if he wins an MVP. He'll be top 5 multiple times. I don't care if he wins the World Series. I mean, I do. We all do. But that's going to define his career. Give me a break. What's going to define his career is what he's done on field. And what he's done on field in his era is play as well as any player in the game for the better part of a decade plus. You know, so he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. I don't see any other way to say it unless he's docked by voters, which is the stupidity of this sport. And I love this sport more than any sport, but there's some stupidity in it. And if he's docked by voters, I don't even care. If he's not on the first ballot, he will be in the Hall of Fame. He's a guarantee first ballot 3,500 guy. And I'm not betting against him getting to 3,500. I'm really not. I'm really not at this point.